Today, we got Deathstroke taking on Hobgoblin. Who wins? Well, let's find out. Genetically engineered to surpass all human limits. Once a soldier, Slade Wilson now works as one of the most feared assassins in the DC universe. He has frequently clashed with the Teen Titans, Batman, the Justice League, Green Arrow, and even gods. As a result of an experiment conducted by the US government, Slade Wilson became a super soldier, with his muscular system hardening and making him way stronger than the average human. He's even strong enough to cut a car in half with his sword. Slade is fast and agile enough to take on entire superhuman teams alone, and he's tagged Kid Flash in combat before, which is insanely impressive. He also has a nice healing factor, and can recover from injuries much faster than an average human. However, while he can survive gunshots, being stabbed with a sword, his healing factor isn't great enough to allow him to regrow lost eyes or limbs. Which I guess you could have kind of figured out from his eye patch. Slade is genetically engineered to think 9 times faster than the average human being, which gives him incredibly heightened senses, reflexes, and agility. He's able to identify small changes in the air to signify a sneak attack, can cut a fly in half with a paperclip, can fight an entire ninja clan all by himself, and easily dodge point-blank gunfire. Deathstroke is an exceptional fighter, and is an expert in unarmed combat, as well as both melee and ranged weapons. He now goes into battle wearing the Icon suit, which is powered by his kinetic energy and is bulletproof, and even capable of taking punches from Superman. He also carries Promethean broadsword that is more durable than titanium, a nearly indestructible bow staff that can discharge a powerful energy blast, and various handguns, rifles, explosives, and bladed weapons. In short, Deathstroke is the DCU's premier mercenary and assassin. But in the other corner, we have Hobgoblin. Roderick Kingsley started off as just another Green Goblin clone, but he eventually became a worthy heir of the Goblin legacy, creating his own identity, the Hobgoblin. Originally, Roderick Kingsley had no powers, but he had a keen analytical mind and enough knowledge of chemistry and biology to understand and actually improve on Green Goblin's formula. You see, his version of the formula contains none of the side effects that Norman Osborn experienced, but all of the perks. Hobgoblin is physically strong enough to hold a couple-ton dumpster and throw it, snap metal chains, and he's claimed that he's stronger than Norman Osborn, and that he's on Spider-Man's strength level. Kingsley's also durable enough to survive a beating from a Spider-Man that was letting loose, has taken bullets and was never shown to be hurt by it, and he's withstood multiple explosions and just kept on fighting afterwards. Hobgoblin is also fast enough to blast Spider-Man's webbing out of the air, easily dodge Phil Urik's swings with his fire sword, and he's fast and maneuverable enough on his glider that he's able to dodge Spider-Man leaping up at him. And then, well, Hobgoblin has technically dodged bullets before. Pretty much every time he's been shot at, he's on his glider. And so, for the most part, it seems like he's just flying too fast to hit. Hobgoblin also carries around a massive arsenal and equipment with him at pretty much all times. He wears bulletproof armor with an overlapping tunic, cape, and cowl, and wears gloves which channel pulse discharges of electricity, which can reach up to 10,000 volts. Hobgoblin also usually always flies around in this heavily armored and highly maneuverable Goblin glider. It can reach up to speeds of 90 miles per hour, and can even support the weight of around 2 tons. He also carries around concussive and incendiary jack-o'-lantern bombs, smoke and gas-emitting bombs, and throws around bat-shaped razor-sharp throwing blades. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, I think it's important that we establish where they're fighting here, because Hobgoblin is usually always flying around on his goblin glider. So if Hobgoblin is able to fly around and attack from his glider, well, that fight could turn out really differently if it was just a hand-to-hand battle in a closed and contained room. So we're going to put them in the streets of New York City, where Hobgoblin can fly around with his glider, but they can still get into a hand-to-hand fight. Now, which of these two villains, which of these two mercenaries, is more powerful? Who's stronger? Well, that's Hobgoblin, Roderick Kingsley all day. Hobgoblin is able to lift multiple tons, and even claims he's stronger than Norman Osborn. He subdued Spider-Man before as well, and he stated that he's on Spider-Man's level. Slade just isn't quite up there when we're talking about strength. However, that's not to say he's not strong. I mean, Deathstroke does have some really impressive feats, especially with his knives and swords. He's cut someone's head in half with a knife, bisected 2 people, and he's even cut off an airplane wing. On the whole though, Hobgoblin is stronger. Durability is a lot more up in the air though, and a whole lot closer. Like, Hobgoblin has taken bullets and been unfazed, survived multiple explosions and gotten back up and kept on fighting, and actually withstood a beating from Spider-Man, who wasn't holding back and was really letting loose. But gotta give the edge to Deathstroke because of his armor. Whether he's wearing Promethium armor, his Nith metal armor, or even his Icon suit, Slade has shown he's able to take attacks a whole lot more devastating than a Spider-Man who's not holding back. He's protected from pretty much all types of firearms, even at point-blank range, could withstand grenades and explosives, and he's even taken punches from Lobo, Bizarro, Wonder Woman, and Superman. Yeah, I'm saying Deathstroke is more durable than Hobgoblin. As if that wasn't enough, Deathstroke has a healing factor on top of all that. He said that he can heal from any non-lethal attack, but that's definitely debatable. I think he can. I mean, he's adapted to having an implant in his brain that was designed to kill him. Survived a point-blank shot to the brain and it healed in a couple of hours, and he regrew his heart after it was cut in half. There have even been multiple times where Deathstroke was confirmed to be dead, whether he was shot to death or his heart was stopped for about half an hour, and yet he defied death and came back to life. The Green Goblin formula gave Norman Osborn a healing factor, but we've never really seen Roderick Kingsley display much of one, and definitely nothing on that level. I'd also say that Slade is a whole lot faster and more agile. Kingsley has shown he's fast enough to dodge and blast Spider-Man's webbing, and he easily dodged swings from Phil Urich with his fire sword. But let's just look at some of the things Deathstroke has done. For starters, he's tagged Kid Flash on multiple occasions. And as if that wasn't impressive enough, there is no delay between his brain and his muscles, allowing him to move at superhuman speed. He's dodged countless bullets, even after they've been fired or at point-blank range, caught arrows and knives thrown from behind him, and has even dodged and evaded gunfire from Deadshot, the best shot in the DC universe. It's even been said that he is essentially impossible to shoot. However, Hobgoblin is able to move a whole lot faster because of his Goblin glider, as he's able to move over 90 miles per hour, and is agile enough on his glider to evade gunfire and evade attacks from Spider-Man. Overall though, While Hobgoblin is definitely stronger, Deathstroke has proven himself to be much faster and more durable. Slade is also a whole lot more skilled and a much better fighter than Hobgoblin. Now, Kingsley has shown he's got some fighting prowess. He claims to be superior to all other Hobgoblins, which is true, and he's just casually fought and schooled someone like Phil Urich. But he's got nothing on Deathstroke. I mean, Slade has beaten Batman, Bronze Tiger, Nightwing, Ra's al Ghul, took down Green Arrow and Black Canary at the same time, and has even fought against the Teen Titans and the Justice League before by himself. That's crazy. However, what this fight is really going to come down to is gear and weapons. And that's where Hobgoblin can really shine. For starters, he's got his Goblin Glider, which is heavily armored and highly maneuverable. Hobgoblin can simply fly around and throw bombs or batarangs, staying at a distance and completely avoiding Deathstroke's superior fighting skills. He's also got his bulletproof armor, which really takes away a lot of Deathstroke's ranged attacks with his firearms. However, even though Hobgoblin can stay at a range throughout most of the fight, I'm not sure he has what it takes to beat Deathstroke. Because, look at it this way. Hobgoblin throws batarangs at him. Slade can easily dodge them, catch them, or cut them out of the air with his sword. He's just that fast and skilled. Hobgoblin tries to throw some explosive pumpkin bombs at him. Well, Deathstroke could dodge them and get out of the range of the explosion. But he's also taken an RPG, missiles, has walked off massive explosions, and has even been unharmed by grenade explosions before. Hobgoblin just doesn't have the firepower or skill to quickly put down and defeat Deathstroke. However, could Slade defeat Kingsley? Does he have the firepower to beat Hobgoblin? Or can Hobgoblin just stay at a range with his glider throughout the whole fight? Well, yeah, I'd say Deathstroke can beat Hobgoblin. For starters, he's got some thermal detonators, strong enough to take out an elephant or someone with advanced nth metal. His Promethean blade has cut Superman. His energy blade has blown up helicopters or trains before. And he's also got all of his firearms and things like that. And even while Hobgoblin has bulletproof armor, there are gonna be weak spots in that armor. And Deathstroke has proven he's able to find those weak spots and exploit them before. And then, finally, I don't believe that Hobgoblin's glider alone is enough to stop Deathstroke from getting to him and taking him down. Besides his ridiculous skill and experience, Slade is one of the greatest tacticians in the world. Roy Harper believes that he is the best tactician on the planet. Superman came to him when he was in need of a tactician. Then Green Arrow says that he's the best in the business, and Nightwing called him the toughest mercenary in the world. Deathstroke has just got too many advantages in this fight, and Hobgoblin isn't enough of a physical threat to take Slade down. And he definitely isn't enough of a fighter to challenge Deathstroke. End of the day, Deathstroke is winning this one. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts, so sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe button. More videos just one every single weekday, and I'll see you next time.